Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. This one is going to be all about Call of Duty Black Ops 4, the Blackout mode. Call of Duty Blackout. I don't know what do we call it. I think we just call it Blackout for short. But it's going to be a really quick video. It's going to be straight to the point. I know a lot of you guys are only getting the beta now on Xbox and on PC. I want you guys to be prepared for that. Know what you're getting straight into. I'm going to be going through just a quick breakdown of all the perks in the Blackout mode. Some of them are absolutely useless, but some of them are going to benefit you to actually get that victory. Before I do hop into it, I'd really appreciate if you guys did subscribe, turn on the notification button, and of course like the video. I know a lot of YouTubers say that, but I know already you love me because I'm helping you. You might as well help me. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Without further ado, let's hop on into these perks. So I'm going to display them all on screen, so your eyes are going to be sort of going mad looking at all of them, and you're probably like, oh, we don't even need this guy to explain it. He just gave us them all. Thanks. But I'm going to start from top left, move down then to bottom right. There's 12 perks in total. We got Consumer Awareness, Skulker, Dead Silence, Looter, Engineer, Mobility, Medic, Paranoia, Iron Lungs, Brawler, and Reinforced. Keep in mind, putting all these together took me about 2 minutes in Photoshop. I didn't spend too much time in it because I know you guys are concentrated more on the information. So Consumer reduces use time of health and consumable items by 50%. So if you're taking a med kit or taking a trauma kit, anything, you need to heal up quick. It's really good in the final sort of battles when you're sort of 1v2ing or 1v1ing and it's all about cover and healing behind it and then popping back up. Consumer is your man. Use time is 1 second, or I should have probably said use time is in seconds and duration is also in seconds, and that's how long it lasts. These numbers are all subject to change. Obviously I'm taking these from the beta, but you do get the picture. Definitely worth consuming in the top 5 at least. I'd probably consume it in the top 10 if it's a close enough zone. Definitely worth using when it's a small zone and you're behind cover and you have a lot of meds. Another one of my favorites, Awareness. Enemy footsteps are louder. Obviously you need a headset, you need a decent headset to use this to the maximum, but then again, footsteps are so loud you can hear your teammate from across the camp when he's looting and you think it's someone else. I got really freaked out with yesterday. Even without it, I heard people way below me in a bunker on Newtown Island. Obviously, to take it, it's 2 seconds, and it only lasts 120 seconds. So it's not too OP, it's only lasting you 2 minutes. But I mean, if you're sort of creeping up a hill and you're crawling around, definitely worth popping. You can use that at any time, no really restrictions on it. I definitely pop it when I'm in the top 10 anyway. Skulker, so move faster while crouched and prone. I mean, unless you're a camper, you're not going to find much use in this, but obviously it's 3 seconds. I mean, if you're camping anyway, 3 seconds is nothing to you, and it lasts 3 minutes, of course, 180 seconds. Dead Silence, move quietly, make less noise when opening stashes. So it's obviously really decent, it sort of counters awareness a bit, but when they have awareness they can still sort of hear you if you're sprinting, but if you're sort of just walking normally, you're pretty much very quiet. Takes 2 seconds to use and lasts 4 minutes, obviously 240 seconds. And we got Looter. It reveals nearby stashes and loot items. You can sort of see them when you're within, I'd say, 10 meters. You have to be looking in the direction, obviously, to see it. Takes 3 seconds to use, lasts 2 minutes. I mean, looting, I normally pick up everything anyway, and I normally check everywhere. But if you find yourself always missing things, Looter is probably decent. It's not going to increase your chances of winning, essentially, unless it's actually helping you find a really good weapon. But I mean, when it comes down to weapons, it all depends on how you use them in this. Engineer reveals nearby vehicles and enemy equipment. Really handy if you sort of have to push a house and you know it's occupied. Engineer is definitely worth popping. It takes 2 seconds to use, and of course 240 seconds is what it lasts for. That's 4 minutes. If you're dealing with a lot of campers in one game, or you actually do, as I said, have to push a compound when you know enemies are in it, the windows are all broken, definitely worth popping so you can see if there's any charges down. Mobility, I love this. I always pop it, especially one when you're running to the next zone or running up a hill, because I hate being on the lower ground. You know, battle royales are all about the high ground. You need mobility. Move and swap weapons faster, take no fall damage, fire weapons, and use equipment while sprinting, and move faster while reloading. You just feel like Usain Bolt when you have this. You really do notice a difference when you're sprinting a good bit of distance. Takes 2 seconds to use, and it lasts 5 minutes, which is awesome. That'll probably be changed soon, but that's what it is currently. Medic, it's not really useful unless you're playing duos or squads, but you can heal faster, revive faster. Healing items restore more health. Downed allies are revived with increased health, so they get a bit more health when you actually do revive them. It takes 2 seconds to use, and of course lasts 240 seconds. Really useful when you're playing duos and squads. especially if it's like a 2v2. I found myself in that situation last night, and I actually revived my teammate after picking up one, and then we could go a 2v1. So it's actually really handy. Your mate is getting that extra boost once you get him up. So it's definitely worth using in the last few seconds, or the last few minutes even, when you're playing duos or squads. Paranoia: receive an audible alert when an enemy is targeting you while in aim down sight. If an enemy's aiming down sight, looking at you, if you're on their screen, essentially when they're looking down ready to pull the trigger, you get sort of a ghost whisper thing. It's like, I don't know, I don't actually have an audio clip of it, but that's sort of the notification you get in your ears. It takes 2 seconds to consume, and of course lasts 240 seconds. It's decent if you're a bit paranoid, essentially. If you're playing solos, it's definitely one to go with because you now have someone to watch your back. Then we have Iron Lungs: increases steady time on a sniper and tactical rifles, and breathe time underwater. It's something that if you have room for it, take it really. And if you're if you have the paladin and that's what you're using, Iron Lungs is probably your man. But if you have to swim a long distance or something and you're being chased, it's worth popping Iron Lungs. It takes 2 seconds to pop, get underwater, and then you're underwater. You can stay under there for about 5 minutes, really just popping up and down. Then we have Brawler, probably the one of the most useless, really. Increases melee damage, gain 50 health per each successful melee attack. It takes a while to kill people while meleeing them. It takes 1 second to use. I mean, if you pick it up and then it's you and a guy in a room and there's no even handguns or anything right at the start of the game, probably worth popping. But definitely I wouldn't keep it in my inventory. I mean, it just feel like I'm carrying nothing. Because it's all about long distance, unfortunately, in this battle royale. Unless you're playing close quarters mode or anything like that, it's sniping and an AR is really, I mean, if you can get close enough to actually punch someone, you're doing well for yourself. I mean, you need to have Brawler as well as mobility, and of course Dead Silence to actually creep up on them and hope they don't have awareness on. Last but not least, we have Reinforced: reduces damage from explosions and fire, increased resistance to flashbang, concussion, and razor wire. It's okay. I mean, there's a use for it there, but if you have nothing else, it's probably worth it. But someone is going to probably shoot you unless they're coming up behind you, or unless you're with a group, before they actually throw nades. Then again, I actually killed a guy camping at a tree just straight off with a nade today, so I'm probably contradicting myself there. But that is the 12 perks. If I was to rate the top 5, I would definitely go Awareness, I'd go Dead Silence, I'd go Mobility, I'd go Paranoia, and I'd go Consumer. So Consumer, Awareness, Dead Silence, Paranoia, and Mobility. They are the top 5 perks, if you will. All of these numbers and everything here is subject to change. I am releasing this, of course, on the 14th September. The beta is being released today on Xbox and PC. Beta is obviously not the full game, so it is subject to change. So whatever time you're watching this video, these could all be changed and altered. So I'll probably have an updated video that would be linked in the description if you're watching this after the full release of Black Ops 4. But without further ado, I'm going to leave the video here. Peace out. Thank you all for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you're not already. And without further ado, I'm going to leave the video here. Peace out. I'll see you all in the next video.